Hey, so I just want to talk to you guys about, gosh, when you grow up in a toxic family and silence is what's rewarded, being able to speak, to share your story is the hardest thing. This is a Rosenik here, and that's the topic. Um, yeah, so let's continue this journey. If you like stuff like this, please subscribe, like, comment your own experiences down below. So my experience with people is really just based off of my experience with these people that say they're my family. I've learned that this year that I'm adopted. I've learned so many new information and realizing that these people that were around me are not even my original family is quite makes a lot more sense than to say that these people that have been putting me down, that have been creating fear inside of my psyche, that have been using other people in the family who are more toxic than them to create a cycle of pain within the family, um, is very disgusting and quite a narcissistic family tree. And I'm grateful that I ran into the people throughout my life that God has led me. Because if I were to go down the route that, the world has told me to go down, I would not be here today. And, so just the traditional of going to school, going to college, get a job, all that stuff. I would still be connected to that family, I'd still be in that loop and things, and that wouldn't be successful. And a lot of people want to talk about success. Well, sometimes success starts with leaving toxic people, places, and things that hold you back. And you may not even realize that they hold you back because they're such a commonplace to your life because it's all that you know. Um, these people have then also, by who they are, influenced the type of people that I'm around because you would think that red flags are green flags, green flags are red flags, and you just switch everything up until you realize that no. Now going to a therapist consistently and all these things and actually having healthy relationships with people, you know, just because um, I've had those relationships previously doesn't mean they are relationships that I handle now. I'm tougher now and I don't deal with the BS. I know how to walk away. I have left an ex in the desert for treating me wrong. So don't, so people who think they can just come and play, no, I'm serious and I mean business. You're either going to treat me right or you're out of my life. And and so I'm just done with people and their tomfoolery. Just because I look young doesn't mean I'm just here for fun. So, yeah, duh. And then another thing I want to add is the peace that one feels when you leave these people behind is just astounding. The growth that one can have when you don't have those people around. As is stated, it's better to be alone than to be around people that hold you back, and that includes your own family. And even going through these holiday seasons, people be like, you don't miss doing this, you don't miss that. And I also dislike when people try to say but a mother and daughter connection and family and blah blah. I'm like, who cares about what you feel about connectivity? It does not mean that my family is healthy. It doesn't mean that I should go back, and it does not mean you're a problem to the toxicity for stating statements that just make problems even bigger and worse, and you can lead someone to die by your statement. So be careful what you say to people and really listen. When they're saying that their family's toxic, their family's toxic. And it's better that they leave them than to be around them. So go check yourself before you run your mouth. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, and that's how I am, and that's how I mean business. Um, And so I'm very grateful that I'm able to just have a voice now, because the whole thing is like you're trained to be silent. Like, no, I'm not going to be silent, and I choose not to be silent. And if you want me to be silent, I'll be silent by walking out of your life and never talking to you ever again, and you don't even come into my life again. Because if you can't acknowledge what you did is wrong, and you can't say sorry for exactly the stuff that you did that's wrong, because because you're not treating me like a human, you're treating me like a fucking rock that's just there for your pleasure. No, go pleasure yourself, please, because I know you know how to do that, like. And so, like, I think about like people, and what I'm most grateful for is not is like, even in my own pain, I was able to lift someone else up out of their own situation as well, and be someone consistent for them in their life. And I was able to see them grow, get better communication, get better at loving themselves, at finding faith in something outside themselves, something bigger than themselves, aka like God or Jesus, if that's what they want to believe in. um and for me, it's like I believe in a lot of things, and people would deem that spiritualist. I say I'm more of a mystic. I do believe in Jesus, I believe in Christ, but I also believe in Buddha, and in the sense of like, he is, of course, he's a person. He's not like this mystical figure to me, but Buddha's a person. Jesus is, to me, a very powerful, not ascended master or whatever, but very powerful, like the Christ, the one that came with Mother Mary, all that stuff. Whatever. You guys know the Bible. I don't need to read it to you. Like, I'm not here to read it off to you. Go learn it yourself. Go have your own connectivity to Christ. I'm not a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. And being a follower of Christ is a whole other journey, and it leads you down an amazing way of life, is all I can say. And I'm very grateful for that. And God, everything's possible in God, right? Nothing is impossible in God. And so anything can be true and anything can be right, um, when God has his hand in it. And he has no limits other than the limits you set on yourself. And if you just expand your mind, he can work miracles, is what I say. And I'm not saying that he's going to bring your dead wife back to life, but I'm just saying that, if you are within reason, and nothing is impossible, and if you just expand your mind to the realities of what society knows so far, what's possible, and think creatively of what those limitations and non-limits are, because everything's just a mathematical equation and science and whatever, you can like get stuff done. And I'm not here to like teach you those things. Go do your own research. Go do your own research on life. And I'm not here to be your teacher. Like, go do your own research, go do your own lesson planning. Like, and I guess, like, who knows what I'll talk about tomorrow. Maybe I'll talk about more telepathic experiences. I'll talk about more aspects of my life that is fascinating. Yeah, so I'm grateful for every little moment in my life, and I'm grateful to be talking to you, you wonderful human being. Um, Go Roses is what you guys are, and I love you guys. See you tomorrow.